physical operations keep the world running. It's how milk gets from the dairy to the table, how the places where we live and work are built, how our kids get to school safely, how our communities stay clean, how the lights stay on and the energy flows. To make it all happen, it takes people who wake up every morning ready to do the impossible, in a time when everything is accelerating like never before. So how do we make the impossible possible? How can we build factories faster than ever? Prevent crashes before they happen? Get emergency supplies to those in need? We can do it all together with one platform that empowers the people who power the world. With AI tools in everyone's hands, insights that drive better decisions, partnership you can trust to stay ahead of the curve. It's why we're here. Because now is the time to change the way the world operates. Now is the time to make more possible.
Please welcome Samsara co-founder and CEO, Sanjit Biswas.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Beyond. I'm so excited to be here and so excited to be back in Texas. Most of you probably don't know this, but I actually grew up out here. It's great to be back in the land of chicken fried steak, some good brisket, and of course, in the month of June, air conditioning. So we've got an exciting agenda for you here at Beyond, and our theme, the big topic on our minds, is how can we help connect the world of physical operations, and how can we do it together? And from the Samsara side, we love getting a chance to spend time with you, our customers. That's what this conference is all about, and that's what our lives are really about when we're out on the road. And over the last year, I've had a chance to get out and see so many of your operations, and it's incredible just to witness up close. If we take a look at the scale of your operations, it's absolutely incredible. On the screen, you can see a map of all of your deployments. These are the little lights that you see up on that satellite view. And from it, you can make out every major city and every major town, every major roadway across North America and Western Europe. You're truly everywhere. And as we just saw in the video, you keep our planet running. When we think about the jobs that are done every single day by your teams, it's absolutely incredible. We're talking about the food and beverage distribution, the supply chains, the construction companies, the energy utilities, the towns, the governments that run our planet. It's absolutely impressive. And there's something that I don't think you all hear enough. And from us, I want to just relay this message of thank you. Thank you for the hard work you all do. We could not be more proud to be your technology partner. And that's our job, is to bring new and exciting technologies to the table and to find ways to improve those operations, to make them safer, more efficient, and more sustainable. And that's our background. We love thinking about technology. We love looking for these patterns of change, figuring out what's new and what's coming. And we live in a time of digital transformation. And that's where I want to start this morning, is by taking a look at the era that we're in right now, which is this era of new technologies. And most of us have grown up with technology. We grew up in this time. And we were pulling a bunch of data. We were looking at how quickly has digital transformation been taking over the world. And we found some interesting stats which talk about how quickly did these waves of transformation happen. So up on the screen, you'll see a graph that shows how fast the world adopted PCs. This was the first big era and big wave of digital transformation. Us all getting those PCs in our family rooms and living rooms, PCs showing up in our schools and then in our businesses. And this is what kind of took place between the 80s and the 90s. It was about 15 years to go from 0 to 100 million PCs out there. And this is what laid the foundation or framework for this digital era. We all learned to type. We all got online. We started sending emails, and the internet was born. And this was essentially the roadway or the infrastructure that was laid for this new era. And again, it took about 14 or 15 years. Well, an interesting thing happened a couple of years later, which we all definitely remember, which was the introduction of the smartphone. Now, I think almost everyone here remembers that Steve Jobs iPhone announcement moment and when the Android phone started coming out. But before we knew it, within just 2 years, we went from 0 to 100 million smartphones in our pockets. And I don't know about you all, but the smartphone is the first thing I check in the morning when I wake up, and probably the last thing I check before I go to bed. I can't imagine life without it. And our lives have truly changed because of this digital transformation that happened not that long ago. And if that wasn't enough, these waves of digital transformation keep hitting us. They go faster and faster and faster. And so I'm curious to do a quick survey for this third trend. How many of you guys have checked out the AI technology, the chatbot ChatGPT? A couple of hands have gone up. Yeah, most of the hands. Pretty incredible stuff. Well, when we look at that technology on the same graph, the 0 to 100 million adoption graph, the line looks something like this. It's straight up. That's 2 months. So what took 14 or 15 years now happens just in a matter of months. That is how quick this world of digital transformation is moving. And it's not just consumer technology. It's not just about PCs and smartphones and ChatGPT. It's about what we use at work, too. And so turning our attention to the world of physical operations, your world, we can see digital transformation is happening. And as I mentioned, we love getting out on the road. We love seeing your operations up close. And in my time meeting with so many of you, I've been keeping my eyes and ears open to see what are some of the latest and greatest new technology trends that we should be aware of, and how can we bring it to a broader audience of all of you. So where I want to go next is to share just a couple of stories of very cool technologies I've seen in your deployments. And where I want to start is with a very cool technology called teleoperation. I had a chance to meet with Brant, who's the CEO of Con Global. They're an intermodal container company that moves freight from rail yards to ships and to trucks and so on. Many of you actually may know Con Global or even partner with them. And he showed me something very, very cool, which was teleoperated or remote-controlled trucks and forklifts. I've got a short video I'm going to show you here of their operations. And you can see these teleoperated trucks in action. And what's incredible about this is it changes the game for their labor, for their employees. Because now, instead of being out in the Texas heat, they're based up in Fort Worth, when it's 115 degrees out like it is right now, they can be operating a forklift or a yard truck from an air-conditioned office a couple of 100 feet away. Or they can even do it from a couple of 100 miles away. And this means that the quality of that job has just gone up massively. It also means that these jobs are safer, because if there is an accident, if something does happen out there, it's just some bent metal. Nobody's lives were at risk, and that's important too. So that's an exciting new technology. They're still trialing it, they're still testing it out, but I was just blown away when I saw that these forklifts and these trucks are in action, being controlled by computers. I've got one more example that I want to share with you, which is related to virtual reality. And I'm sure many of you have seen these virtual reality goggles that you can play video games on. Well, it turns out that same consumer technology can now be used for training. And so when I was out in the UK across the pond, I had a chance to spend some time with the Lanes Group, and I think they're here as well. And they showed me some very cool technology that they're using to train their workers. And the Lanes Group, they build out the water infrastructure. So we're talking about all the pipes under the City of London. They maintain all of that infrastructure. It's almost over 1,000 years old in some cases. And so they're down in these deep trenches. And we've got a video of their operations as well. This is a very cool setup they have where new employees actually go through a training program where they start out in this training module with virtual reality goggles, and they can see what it's like to be in those trenches. They can see what the day-to-day operations are like, and they can learn about their safety procedures, and they can do it all without setting foot in the field. And this has improved their time to ramp, so they can enable new employees even faster, and it's improved their retention because people know what the job is like, and they've experienced it before they get out there. So that's incredible. Just another amazing use of new technology, brand new technology, but that's the kind of digital transformation that we are starting to see. And it's not just these out there examples. We are seeing that all of you are digitally transforming your operations, and you're doing it on the Samsara Connected Operations platform. We've got some stats. When we aggregate all of your customer deployments, we put them all together and think about the scale of data we're talking about, it's absolutely incredible. Remember all those white dots that you saw on the map? When we add up all the trips that are taken by your vehicles, it looks like about 1.9 billion trips every year. That's a lot of data. And when you connect all that data together, you aggregate it, you see a number that looks something like 6 trillion data points. That's an incredible amount of information about your operations, information that we can use to find insights and change the way that you all operate. And that is what leads us to the impact. That's the exciting part, is how useful all this technology is. The same way that smartphones are useful and PCs are useful, we're seeing this data is incredibly useful. But it's only made possible by brand new technologies like the AI that I just mentioned. You can't make sense of 6 trillion data points on your own. You need help from the computer to go surface those insights. And that's our vision for the future, is using all this technology, all this data, all this artificial intelligence as a co-pilot for your operations. We want someone sitting right next to you, virtually, helping you make your operations smarter, safer, more efficient. We're big on numbers at Samsara, as you can imagine. And we started looking at the impact that we are having together with you all. And when we look at our safety product, those AI dash cameras and then the safety coaching workflows that you all use every single day, we have seen just incredible impact out in the field. You total up all the numbers, and it looks something like 120,000 crashes that we helped avoid together. That's an incredible number, because you think about how many drivers' lives we changed and how many communities we made better by keeping those drivers safe. Yeah. This is truly the kind of work that we are proud to be part of, because it's having such a positive impact. And then, when you think about these jobs, they're hard jobs, right? You're working 8, 10, 12-hour shifts, and a lot of them involve tedious paperwork, which is just busy work. And we've been able to eliminate a lot of that with our digital workflows. We're now seeing your users use our app every single day, fill out their paperwork on their phone, and save time, maybe 30 seconds, a minute, or 2. But when you add those up, when you think about how many of those workflows have been performed, it's an absolutely massive number. It's about 110 million workflows that were done last year alone. So we've saved people a tremendous amount of time. We've added to the efficiency of your operations. And then, on the sustainability side, our technologies are being used to do things like reduce engine idling. And not just for trucks, but all kinds of equipment. And we looked at a cohort of our customers. This is a subset. And we looked at how much engine idling were we able to reduce. And the number just jumped off the page at us. It's 130 million hours of less engine idling. That's tremendous in terms of fuel savings. Yeah. It's tremendous in terms of fuel savings, and millions of dollars of fuel saved, but also carbon emissions. And that's good for our planet. All of this is not about Samsara. It's about you, and it's about your data. And we want to bring as much data into the platform as possible. We had our customer advisory boards yesterday, and I heard this message loud and clear. We don't want to be in 10 different systems. We want one system with all of the data in it. We want to connect all of our different software together. We want all the data in one place. And that is what we're building out with our Connected Operations Cloud. You'll meet many of our partners in the expo hall. We have 240 technology partners now who have integrated their data feeds into Samsara, so you can see it all in one place. We've got fuel card providers, insurance companies, OEMs, and so many more. You see some of their logos here. And that's incredible. That just goes to show you the momentum that there is in the market to bring all this data together and find more insights and have more impact. And one interesting stat I wanted to share also is these integrations have really taken off. We look at how many of these integrations are used by our customers. And one thing we notice is our larger customers have gone from using about 4 of these to 6 in a year. So we're talking about a 50% increase year over year, and just all of this data flowing back and forth. That is the future. That's what this is about. And I've said a lot about data, but ultimately it's about impact. And that impact is on people. It's on your teams. It's on making these jobs better. And that's the other piece that I want to always come back to, is we are here to empower your teams and make their jobs better, make their jobs safer, make your operations more efficient and more sustainable. That's what powers us. And ultimately, you're going to hear this over and over for us. We want to make more possible. Because we know you don't have enough hours in the day, and you're all committed to your customers. You're trying to do as much as possible. And as exciting as it is to look at all these big numbers, all this data, all these big maps, I think it's even more exciting to see these stories up close, to hear them from the people living them. So up next. So that is what it's all about. We love this partnership. We love the interactions we're able to have with so many of you, like Antonello, understand your operations, get technology out there, work with your teams. And we are always thinking of new ways to improve operations, and that's our job, is to innovate. And we invest so much in R&D. We have hundreds of engineers, we spend lots of time out in the field, and we're always kind of trying to find what's the next big thing that we can do for you. And so up next, we'd like to talk to you about some of our newest innovations that we're introducing onto our connected operations platform. And the best person, I think, to tell you about all of the work we're doing is the leader of our R&D efforts, a person who's been in the IT industry for decades at this point, worked across different products, different platforms, helped them scale up, and is excited to meet so many of you, spend time with you, find new challenges. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce our Chief Product Officer, Jeff Hausman.
Thank you, Sanjit. It is great to be face-to-face with all of you in this room. And I could not be more excited. As Sanjit said, I've spent over 25 years helping to digitize and transform IT businesses. I could not be more excited about the opportunity for all of us to transform the way the world works. Why? Because all of you power the world. And look, it's clear to me that time is now. I am really excited to share with you the great work from our R&D teams, new innovations that are going to further propel your success. Now, your feedback, it inspires and influences our roadmaps. That flywheel of your feedback has led to all manner of compelling innovations. AI-powered dash cameras, driver workflows, fuel and energy insights, and I could keep going. Our goal and our team's goal is to work with you, learn your business, understand your vision, your challenges, your opportunities, and bring you solutions. That's why in my first 10 months, I've spent time on the road meeting 75 of you face-to-face throughout North America and Europe, digging in to understand your businesses, looking at the way you run things, seeing incredible things that you are doing. Thank you for your partnership, your engagement, and your feedback. You all power the world. Our goal is to power you. Now, from those travels and conversations, one thing I see is that data and insights, those are driving and transforming the way you work. So let's talk about data for a minute. Data is your fuel for better outcomes. McKinsey has done research indicating and showing that when you use data, and organizations that do, they're more profitable and they're better able to retain customers. And our own recent State of Connected Operations report, that shows that organizations that have access to actionable data do a better job of retaining and engaging employees. Clearly, organizations that leverage the breadth and depth of data, they drive better results. And it's not a surprise that all of you in this room who leverage Samsara data are also driving powerful results. Sanjit talked about the massive scale at which we operate. The power of the Samsara platform, it's the largest collection of physical operations data that is open and integrated on a common platform. The 6 trillion data points, those drive highly accurate AI detections. Those prevent accidents and save lives. The thousands of operations that all of you have, those surface and allow us to understand ways to modernize and digitize and reduce pen and paper processes and improve efficiency. And finally, the 40 billion collective miles that all of you drive, the diagnostics off of that, those surface insights that allow us to reduce emissions and improve sustainability. You all benefit from the network effect. Data clearly informs, right? Yes. But let's not forget about people. Physical operations has been and always will be about people. And what really excites me is the ability to work and help us work with those people to unleash data-driven outcomes. Data can inform, but people transform. Now, not all technologies meet the needs of workers. That's why we're focusing on reshaping the worker experience, helping drive innovation that reinforces and delivers personalized, connected, and integrated experiences. And our R&D teams, they leverage these critical design principles in all the innovation they deliver to you. Take personalized experiences. Those are helping us meet the unique needs of your drivers to ensure safe and productive vehicle operations. Or connected experiences that broaden and extend throughout your organization, and they help with things like improved broader utilization or workplace safety, and so much more. And then finally, integrating systems that your teams use, your partners use, your customers use. Those break down data silos. They automate tedious, mundane tasks, and they unlock new value. So let's start by digging into personalized experiences. You all know boosting driver engagement and retention, kind of important to how you operate and run your businesses, right? Yes. Our personalized experiences, think of them as a co-pilot to assist those drivers. Think about how our state-of-the-art AI-powered in-cab alerts and nudges, they're helping drivers self-correct behaviors. Things like mobile phone usage or following distance, tailgating, and so much more. And using these techniques and capabilities, those drivers, they can self-coach, correct those behaviors, do it before an event is triggered, and they can improve their safety score. And that improves the safety for all of your operations. Take a company, Fraley and Schilling. I want to highlight them. They're a transportation company. They operate, for those of you who don't know them, 41 fleets in the eastern US. Those fleets, they drive 4.5 million miles every single month. And they're leveraging these technologies and capabilities to not only improve safety, but they've also reduced their insurance costs by over 36%. That's fantastic. And listen, Fraley and Schilling and others, they also shared with us and helped us to realize there are other things that we can do to further improve driver safety and make it more personal. Picture the following. We see drivers who often will start their day and they'll start driving. And then maybe they'll have a particular alert, let's say following distance. Well, then they have to wait until the end of the day, or maybe the next time they physically are at a site to receive and have a coaching session. We thought, what if instead we could have the driver start the day, receive that alert, and then maybe immediately at the next stop, they could get the ability to review the video, get tips, get coached, change that behavior, and carry it through immediately for the rest of their journey. Wouldn't that be great? So today, I'm excited to announce our new virtual coach. Virtual Coach, it's a first-of-its-kind coaching aid to help you personalize that coaching experience from directly within the Samsara platform. You can safely coach at scale, and you can deliver those video-based AI-powered insights right into the driver's mobile app. You can guide your drivers to review flexibly where and when they need to, and they can still acknowledge they've received this coaching and training, and you can track the coaching. And you can still, for the most riskiest behaviors or most challenging situations, require face-to-face coaching sessions. This is going to help you up-level the entire safety culture of your organizations. Now, Our innovative, personalized solutions, they don't stop there. We also noticed the following. All of you have a number of drivers. Some of you, thousands or tens of thousands of drivers. And they're operating in all different types of conditions. Picture one of your drivers, or even a worker, in a remote location at 3 in the morning, and they can't get that application or workflow to work. Or they're driving heavy rush hour traffic and getting incessant notifications, maybe TikTok notifications. We knew we could help. That's why we're also excited today to announce our new Mobile Experience Management. Now, Mobile Experience Management, or MEM, yep, give it up. This is going to simplify mobile management at scale. And it also allows you to personalize that experience to specific worker roles, whether that's a field service technician, a construction worker, a long-haul driver, or any other role. There are 2 key benefits that I want to highlight. First, it provides a lifeline, so headquarters can now help any worker or driver to make sure that that application or workflow that they need, they can get help wherever and whenever they need it. That is going to help keep them both connected and productive. The second thing I'll highlight is the new focus mode. Focus mode allows you to determine for that particular persona what applications and what workflows are available to them when the vehicle is in motion. This is going to proactively remove even more distractions, particularly from drivers. That's going to help make them more safe, and it's going to improve the safety of your organizations. Now, it is great for me to tell you about this and hear about these innovations, but it's even better to see it in action, isn't it? So for that, and to show you the power of these personalized experiences, I'd like to welcome to the stage our product marketing lead for safety, Kaitna Shankar.
Thanks, Jeff, and hello Beyond. I'm excited to show you all of the products Jeff just launched in action. Let's first talk about driver coaching. We've heard how valuable you think our experience is because we help you proactively coach before an incident occurs. And we're now taking personalization to a whole new level. Our brand new virtual coach helps you push video and insights directly to drivers, all from the driver app. Here we see the manager experience in the Samsara dashboard. Before, managers would have to wait hours, potentially days, for drivers to come back to the office to coach them on safety events. Now, managers can send a safety event to drivers for self-coaching and can even mandate that drivers speak with their manager when they get back to the office for those more severe behaviors. Managers can further tailor the coaching experience for their drivers by sharing personalized tips. Now, let's dive into the driver experience in the driver app and see how Virtual Coach empowers drivers to own their coaching from anywhere. So as we just talked about, before, drivers would have to wait for hours before being able to meet with their manager for video-based coaching. Now with Virtual Coach, drivers can get notified for self-coaching they can review at their next stop without having to wait to meet a manager in person. Once they stop, drivers can see their safety score and review their risky behaviors, including the event video, where and when it occurred, and any personalized tips. After reviewing, drivers can acknowledge they've completed the coaching session. And just like that, your drivers have improved and your fleet is safer. Now, I know I just talked about how useful the driver app is, but what happens when your drivers are miles away and they struggle with completing a critical business task? We know that this happens, and supporting your drivers across thousands of distributed devices is really difficult. So let's see how our incredible new offering, Mobile Experience Management, or MEM, can help. MEM's remote support feature is the only offering on the market that is directly integrated into the platform to help drivers on the road. So when a driver needs help, a member of your back office can find a driver's mobile device and connect into it directly from their Samsara dashboard, helping anytime, from anywhere, even remotely. Here on the left, we see the back office experience in the Samsara dashboard. And on the right, we see what the driver sees in their mobile device. Once connected, the back office can see exactly what the driver is seeing and can interact in the driver's mobile device in real time, coaching them on anything, such as finding a critical app, setting, or in this case, finding and creating start-of-day workflows. And the value of all of this? It's making sure that your drivers feel supported, even when they're away from headquarters. But it's not just about fixing issues for drivers. It's also about helping you to empower them to be the best driver that they can be. And as much as we love our mobile devices, we get so many notifications from all the apps that we have on our phone, it can be really distracting. So what if you could help your drivers stay focused? Samsara's powerful focus mode feature of MEM removes all of those mobile app distractions while driving. Using real-time speed from Samsara's vehicle gateway, focus mode automatically restricts usage and silences notifications for apps drivers don't need for their job when they reach a certain speed at a certain time. So when drivers hit 5 miles an hour for more than, let's say, 10 seconds, you can eliminate all notifications and keep them safe. What's more, in the dashboard, you can even lock in an app on their home screen that you know they need to use for their job, whether that be something like hours of service or even offering a support line. And this is all customizable by the manager. This is how Samsara can help you empower your drivers with personalized experiences. And with that, I'll hand it back to Jeff.
Thank you, Kate. Now let's give her another round of applause. That was fantastic. Now, reshaping the worker experience extends beyond personalized. Let me show you and talk about how we are helping you seamlessly connect your organization better. Let's start with the fact that all of you have operations and you have people performing all different types of jobs. Whether those are people doing field service work, whether they are construction, they're managing deliveries, and they're doing this in all kinds of environments, often in harsh conditions, whether that's up in snow, whether it's heat like us in Texas, as well as with dangerous equipment. Connected experiences are critical to unlocking more value. Now with Samsara, you can consolidate and provide end-to-end visibility across your organization. You can do things like look at video to understand and see trailer activity, or identify whether assets or vehicles are entering or exiting yards. We allow you to seamlessly understand, and I want to highlight Dorn Transfer Company. They're an organization that is monitoring over 1,300 trailers and over 600 assets. They're doing this with a combination of site visibility and asset gateway tracking that is allowing them to manage and understand what's happening with all those assets, both on-site within 22 terminals and while they're out, wherever they are, throughout 14 states. Now, using these capabilities, Dorn is able to save hours every day. They're able to save tens of thousands of dollars every year at every site. That's powerful. And working closely with Dorn and other customers, we realized we could do even more to improve day-to-day operations and the understanding and knowledge of where your assets are and how you manage those. Imagine spending hours walking through a yard trying to find that one specific piece of equipment. None of you have ever had to do this, right? And you're trying to find it, and it's not due to check in for hours. You're wasting time that instead you could be doing and using to solve a customer problem or get a job done. We thought, there's got to be a better way for us to serve up that location and visibility faster. And that's why I'm thrilled to announce an extension to our asset tracking capability with the new Find My Asset. Find My Asset, it's a new feature available on our most recent line of asset gateways. It's going to make it even easier for you to find and locate when you need that critical asset. It incorporates state-of-the-art capability. It allows you to wake this asset outside of a scheduled check-in while still maintaining multi-year battery life. Find My Asset, it's going to streamline your operations and make your teams more productive. Let's bring this to life. I don't know about you, but that inspires me. And I cannot wait to see how you're going to empower your teams to take advantage of and leverage the new Find My Asset. But again, connected experiences don't stop there. When we talked with customers, we noticed another very common challenge. How many of you still have some form of manual pen and paper process? Raise your hand. Come on. We noticed a lot of you have manual paper and pen processes. Picture stacks of paperwork, hours of manual review to support occupational safety inspections or other types of inspections. We knew that we could digitize this. We could make this even easier and better for all the workers. Now again, it's great for me to tell you about this. I'm excited to announce our new Connected Forms. Connected Forms is going to launch later this year. It is an easy-to-use mobile workflow solution for your entire site operations. It allows you to streamline any kind of inspection or various different set of activities. It helps you to save time, reduce and avoid mistakes, avoid fines, and certainly save money, and it's all on a completely customizable platform. Connected Forms, it's going to put the power of digital connected workflows in the hands of your entire workforce. Now again, hearing me talk about it is one thing, but I'd like to do a live demo. Yes, a live demo. We're going to do this for all of you. So please join me in welcoming to the stage our tech guru, CJ Ramsey. All right. We do need a different video. I don't see you up. This is the beauty of live demo. What you should see is CJ's mobile device. Instead, you're seeing me. I don't look as good as the mobile device. Let me know if we have something that we can roll. The key point is that you're going to be able to experience this in the familiar application you're used to. All right. So you can see in this familiar setting, you start with digitizing forms with that common app. You click on the new Forms tile. In that tile, you can see a list, a comprehensive list of all forms and inspections that you can serve directly to that device from our Connected Operations Cloud. All manner of different types. These are OSHA inspections, equipment inspections, and whatnot. And I think since, CJ, you and I are here on the stage, and we have a bunch of challenges around fire safety backstage here, trust me, we're going to pick the OSHA fire safety inspection form. And as we click into it, it's very easy and simple to start to fill out this form. CJ or whoever fills this out, they don't need to be an expert in fire safety and OSHA requirements. It guides them step by step to complete all the checklist items. And it allows them to notice and note if there are any issues. In this case, there are fire doors being blocked by boxes. So we can put comments in, we can take a video to prove evidence and provide that to the remediation team. We go back, we hit click, we submit, take a minute. We hit submit. I think we hit submit. And literally just like that, that entire form is digitized and set up into the Connected Operations Cloud. That's how easy it is. But wait, there's more. So you can keep tracking on that, but in addition, you also have the team back at headquarters. So let's transition now to the other side. So now picture we're the safety and maintenance team in the familiar Samsara dashboard. Here we're seeing all the historical submissions, including the most recent one that we just did. And it's submitted by and who submitted it, when they submitted it. You could further sort. So if you have tags or you want to sort by form type, you can do that as well. And if we zoom in, we click on that particular submission, not only do you get the submission, you get a bunch of additional context. You see the date, the location, the time, and you can see that it was done here in Austin. Now, you can also scroll down, you can see all the other answers to the question, and you can see the photo in a minute. So you can basically use that to make sure you have all the right information. It's very easy now for the teams to go and remediate that. And so rest assured, CJ, we've got the team in the back who's now moved those boxes or is moving them so that we won't have any OSHA compliance issues. Now, another challenge that tends to appear, what happens when you have a prior set of submissions and you need to go find a historical submission? Do you have to rummage through a whole bunch of file cabinets or stacks of paper? That's what you have to do now. Now, you can actually change and go just to the Issues page. The Issues page in the dashboard has all the historical submissions that have been provided. And you can see a variety of different ones, including the door being blocked. And from here, you're able to prioritize, assign it, kick off a workflow, and go make sure that things like those boxes are fixed and done. Connected Forms, we believe it's going to change the way that work is done. It's going to reduce that time spent on manual intensive pen and paper processes. And it's still going to help you to be compliant and, frankly, be more efficient and have better quality. It's going to bring the power of those digital connected workflows to physical operations and your entire organization. So now you've seen it, a live demo of Connected Forms. What do you think? Please join me in a quick thank of CJ for our demo guru and bringing that to life. Now, beyond connected experiences, there also a need to drive better integrated experiences. You all know Samsara today has the largest, most open platform in our industry. We support over 240 partnerships, including many who are here today. This helps break down data silos. It helps unlock new use cases and value. Frankly, with the platform, you can do almost anything. With integrated experiences, you can improve and extend routing and navigation workflows, maintenance workflows, compliance, reefer control, no one laughed, insurance. And you can also, as an open platform, build on top of Samsara. So we partnered with companies like the Road Commission of Kalamazoo. They've built a custom mapping tool leveraging Samsara data that is allowing them to manage the snowplow operations and safety of over 1,270 miles of road in southwestern Michigan. And as Rusty shared with me yesterday, if you picture that, it's actually, you could drive a straight line from Michigan all the way to the end of Florida. That's how long that is. And they are improving the safety, but they're also helping save 18% time each week. That is great, right? Now, in addition, both Road Commission of Kalamazoo, other customers, they've shared with us they would like additional ways to better stream data and visualize data to drive even more outcomes. So I'm excited to share with you that we have 3 new data connectors coming. First, we're announcing 2 data connectors with pipelining technologies. Now, you can export data seamlessly via Kafka and Fivetran without manual coding directly into a data warehouse to power another application, drive another outcome. Imagine being able to seamlessly take Samsara data and go drive a custom field service application, or create a digital twin of your supply chain. That means being able to digitize all the elements of your supply chain so you can simulate processes and improve efficiency. And beyond streaming, customers want the ability to demonstrate and visualize. You've shared with us, I want to be able to bridge the divide between data and decision making, make that better and easier. So I'm also excited to share with you today and announce a new direct connector with Power BI. The Power BI data connector, yeah, give it up. This will launch later this year, and it lets you combine Samsara and other business data to drive powerful, integrated visualizations and improve decision making. Imagine the possibilities. You could combine Samsara safety scores with other data to create rewards programs tracking. Or how about taking Samsara data with ERP data and creating custom profitability reports for investors? Or overlaying Samsara emissions, fuel, and energy data with third-party external emissions data, creating an overall picture of your emissions and your ESG reporting. Integrated experiences, again, are going to break down data silos, and they're going to unlock even more value for you. We are really excited about this. Now, our R&D team, we're working hard. We are committed to providing you new innovations to reshape the worker experience for all of your workers and driving personalized, connected, and integrated experiences so you get better outcomes and better benefits. And we're excited for you to try these new capabilities and learn and value and learn and get the value from them. I want to ask you or invite you to do the following in the next couple of days. Lean in, learn, network, engage with each other, transform. Thank you all. Great to be here. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Sanjit.
Nice job. Nice job. Well, Hopefully you saw something new and you got to see us do a live demo with a couple of little hiccups. This is what it's all about for us. We love this cycle of feedback and innovation and the partnership that we've got going on together. And hopefully you can all see this pattern that we see now, which is that digital transformation is happening, and it's happening now. And for us, it is about this partnership with you all, hearing what those challenges are out in the field, and us going back and developing cool new technologies, and then bringing them back to show you how they work, and keeping that feedback loop running over and over. We're also investing, as you heard from Jeff, in our ecosystem. Hopefully you have a chance to meet some of our partners in the expo hall a little later today, but we're investing across the board in bringing as much data onto the platform as possible. And from our perspective, we want to do as much as possible because we know the time is now. And so I'm excited to announce that we have gone to the farthest extent. We're leaving no stone unturned when it comes to innovation. We have our organic innovation with our R&D, we have our partnerships, and now we have a new frontier, which we call Samsara Ventures. Samsara Ventures is a new setup that we have to help seed fund brand new technology companies. These startups, they're getting off the ground, inventing new ideas. And we've got a couple of them on the screen here today, and many of them in the expo hall as well. A2B is a company that's building a next generation fuel card. We're working with Hubble Network, who are connecting Bluetooth sensors to satellites in space. Working with Blue Dot, who are coming up with EV charging payment platforms. And Polymath Robotics, who are making it possible to teleoperate vehicles from anywhere. This is exciting stuff. And this is what digital transformation is about. It's not going to happen all in one place with one company. It's going to happen in the ecosystem. And we want to make that as thriving of an ecosystem as possible. And to tell you more about some of these new ideas, some of these new ventures, we've invited one of our portfolio company CEOs to join us here on stage. This is the CEO of Polymath Robotics, Stefan Seltz-Oxmacher. Stefan, you want to come on out? Great. Welcome. Great. Well, first of all, thank you for coming.
Thanks so much for having me.
We're going to go ahead and do one more live demo. Are you up for it?
That sounds great.
All right, let's head over here.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? That's our good luck charm, by the way. All right, so first, before we dive in, Stefan, tell us a little bit about Polymath. What are you doing? What's the problem you're solving?
Absolutely. At Polymath Robotics, we make it easy to take the driver out of any off-highway vehicle, whether it's a 400-ton dump truck, a bulldozer, or a tractor in a field. We can make it drive itself and be remotely operated.
Very cool stuff. All right, we're going to do this.
Yep.
We're going to show off your brand new technology.
Yep.
I've got it running on this Steam Deck here.
Yep.
And we're going to drive a tractor, I think, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
So just start moving that joystick around.
Okay.
And essentially what you guys are seeing here is this is Polymath's test tractor in Modesto, California, about 1,000, 1,500 miles from here. No person is in it. No one on my team is on site.
Do I need
Closest
a
person on my
license
team.
for this?
Nope, you're all good. It's private property.
Okay.
So seeing around here, we have a geofence so that even if you were trying to drive through that fence or go onto the highway, you wouldn't be allowed to. Your speed's limited so that you drive within the operational requirements of the organization. And in this setting, you could hit something if something was nearby, but we can even make it so that your remote operators, if they're not paying attention, they can't get into trouble. They can't hit things. They can't go over ditches.
That's really awesome. And is this only possible with this device, or?
Not at all.
Okay.
You could be driving this on the Steam Deck, you'd be driving on an iPad, or even your iPhone. But most excitingly, we're pleased to announce that we've been able to integrate with Samsara's platform, and you can issue commands to these vehicles directly from Samsara.
That is awesome. Very cool. Love the use of the API. And I know we're driving a tractor here on some farmland. Is it only for tractors and ag equipment, or all kinds, or?
All across the board, as long as it doesn't go on highways and mostly stays off of public roads. So we're driving bulldozers, we're driving specialty tractors that drive alongside harvesters in fields, articulated dump trucks, kind of you name it, we've looked at it, and often we've automated it.
You can even go backwards.
Yeah.
Very cool. And last question.
Yeah.
This is really cool technology, but we're all about the people. So how are people taking to this technology?
Absolutely. The jobs that many of you guys employ are some of the riskiest, most dangerous, but also most exciting that are out there in the world. The challenge is oftentimes they require your colleagues to be far away from their friends and family and put their lives on the line. At Polymath, we think that risk doesn't have to come with a reward. We can allow it so that your human operators can go home every night, they can take their daughter to soccer practice, and they don't have to put themselves in those high-risk positions, all while seeing significant labor savings by reducing the time that they need to do things like drive just from the work face to the crusher in a quarry.
Very cool stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again, Stefan, for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So very cool stuff. Hopefully you all get a chance to check out. It is as much fun as it looks. And they're going to be in the expo hall and here for a fireside chat tomorrow as well. So that's what we're all about here, investing in these brand new technologies, helping bring them to bear, and helping have impact in your physical operations. And I'm hoping that over the course of this morning, you've seen what we see, which is that technology is taking over this world and is transforming it for the better. It's making these jobs safer. It's making operations more efficient and more sustainable. And as you can see from those curves, it's happening, and it's happening now. So thank you again for joining us here at Beyond. We appreciate your taking the time out of your schedules to make the trip. We're looking forward to spending time with all of you. And just one more time from the Samsara team, thank you for the partnership.
And that concludes our general session. Please make your way to your breakouts.
a